Alright, so yesterday I got confused and I said that I was going to be playing Targaryen and Tyrell banner decks this week, but that was a lie. I forgot that Night's Watch and Stark come first, and then it's Targaryen and Tyrell. That's the way we do it. So this is the Night's Watch banner of the Kraken deck that I made. I had quite a difficult time coming up with anything that made me happy for this faction and banner combination. And what I came up with, I think, is ultimately still not necessarily very good, but not super bad either. It's at least playable, and it actually does something with the agenda and Nice Watch as your house card that you could not do otherwise. Because one thing that I was thinking about was, like, my first idea was to just do the Raider from Pike and do, like, some weapon ambushes. But what I realized really quickly was there was no reason to play it out of Night's Watch instead of just doing Greyjoy Banner of the Night's Watch, which was what I had done in the past. I had made, like, a Greyjoy Banner of the Watch unopposed deck with, like, the big Jon Snow and stuff like that. And that's a fun deck because you can put Craven on something and then just stealth past it or whatever. I don't know if it's fun, but you get the idea. So then what I moved on to after that was, well, what if we just make a core set wall deck with 12 location control cards from Greyjoy? And I was like, yeah, that's probably playable. It's probably not bad either, but it's just kind of boring. It's like, oh, it's another core set wall deck, really? It's not super exciting. So this is what I came up with at the end of the day, and this is a 6-cost wall deck with a bunch of pillage cards brought in from Greyjoy. And the idea is you pillage the opponent's deck to put cards in their discard, and then you take them. Let me think. Yeah, the first version that I came up with was super lame and was a lot more based on resets. And it wasn't like you could win some games with it, but even if you won, it wasn't really that fun to play. And the version that I have here is not as lame and still about as good, I think. Because you have that going on, but you also have like some actual characters of your own that you can play out to try to do some damage. So I put in this Asha Greyjoy, the 6-cost one that gives all the other Ironborns stealth. Then I put in some Ironborns to go along with it. The Aeron, Andric, who also has Pillage. Triss, he's not Ironborn, but he has Pillage. The 6 non-loyal Victarion, still a good card. Theon, and let's see, yeah, I think those are the other ones. So that's decent. The fact that she gives stealth to multiple characters can be important so that people don't just sit there and try to defend everything. Because you don't have that, like, you only have one renowned character in the deck. So you can have trouble gaining power if people are just trying to sit there and defend every challenge, and she helps with that. If she's on the board, it's going to be a lot more difficult for people to do that and, just try to not let you gain anything. Victarion is still a solid card. Man, is it sad to think of, oh man, he's only a 5 strength Bicon with Intimidate, Renown, and a save ability. He's okay. He's mediocre. That really shows sort of the power creep in the game, but he's still a decent character. And then, of course, we have this version of Old Bear Mormont, the 6-cost version, because the theoretical synergies are obvious. In practice, I regret to admit that this guy is not very good, even in a deck like this one, because it's just too inconsistent. It's like, so rarely have I ever actually been able to trigger his ability. But I'm going to keep him in the deck because he's a lord, and that lets me play bodyguards, which I feel is actually pretty important to set up Valar Morghulis or to resist the opponent's Valar Morghulis. One thing that is nice about this wall is it makes all your Greyjoy characters into Night's Watch faction affiliation, so Maester Aemon can save all of them. I have had people try to get rid of like Victarion with Valar Morghulis, and then Maester Aemon saves them. And there's like this pause as they figure out why Maester Aemon was able to save Victarion. That's kind of cool. The other characters in the deck, let's take a look. Oh, Hagen's Daughter is another good Ironborn character. I've also got Maester Morinmere, so we have 2 targets for here to serve. Newly made Lord. Originally, I had more stuff based around interacting with the opponent's discard pile, like I had Night Gathers in the deck. And I think Night Gathers is actually okay if you put like two more copies of if you put like another Eastwatch and another Sam, so that you can try to get like 7 reserve on a lot of your plots. Night Gathers is okay because you can just take like either small characters that are blocking your wall from getting the big ones, or sometimes they'll just have like a nice efficient character sitting in their discard that you would like to have, and you just pop it out. It's not a bad card, but it's not that consistent, and ultimately there wasn't room for it when I wanted to also play some location removal and control with like these newly made lords. So I put in the 3 newly made lords and Night Flyer, because getting rid of something like Starfall is a really big deal, and it's really important to not let people sit there with locations like that. If you're going to play a long game, it will be a lot harder for you to win if you can't do anything about the opponent's locations. Orkmont Reaver is a pretty obvious card for the deck. He's pretty likely to get his stealth at some point, and he's pretty good when he's a 2-cost, 2-icon stealth. Like, that's actually a pretty efficient character. Recruiter for the watch, just a standby nice watch character for me. I was tempted to replace this with like Black Wind's Crew or just something else that has more pillage. I think that's probably not unreasonable. You could probably also run like Night Gatherers or Guarding the Realm over this guy. I think there's a little bit of flexibility there, but I just like the Recruiter, so he's here for now. Sam to 3-Finger Hob, because it's the best Nice Watch character, and Yorin, because, you know, he pulls stuff out of the discard. I tried to go a bit heavier on locations because I'm running 2 Trade Routes as the restricted card. I'm running Trade Routes because paying 6 for something that doesn't affect the board immediately, like it's not always, it's a pretty often that it's not going to do anything that great the turn that you play it. The wall is something you will mostly get value out of over time. So paying 6 for this, it like loses you a lot of tempo on the turn that you play it. And Trade Routes helps with that, so that you're not, if you have a lot of money, you're not forced to like spend your whole turn only marshaling the wall, and then you're behind. So that's why I'm running the Trade Routes. I threw in all the other locations I thought might be useful to try and buffer up my location base for Trade Routes. Eastwatch is pretty good. Molestown, I don't know if it's good, but I think it's fine. It gives us something to spend Trade Routes gold on. That's at least something useful, I think. Queen's Crown has an obvious use. So yeah, 16 locations. And then our standby attachments, Craven and Milk. Gotta have them, man. You gotta have them. So we've got At the Gates, Confiscation. Confiscation might be optional in this deck, but I still really don't like Milks being put onto like Victarion, so I'm probably just going to keep it in. Counting Coppers, there's no events, and there's no close call, so we run this over exchange. And yeah, Valar Morghulis, you want to have a reset in a deck where you're running like a 6-cost wall. You like marshal the 6-cost wall and then reset. That can definitely be an important thing to do. And you have pretty good like Valar Morghulis resistance potential with the bodyguards, and the fact that you can pull Maester Aemon out guaranteed to save something on the Valar turn. With all of that said, like I said, it's not actually a very good deck, I don't think, but it's different, it's kind of fun, and it's not terrible. I've definitely won some games with it. Targaryen Burn. So let's just hope he doesn't draw the 6-cost Drogon. No Drogon, please. Well, this is bad. I guess he didn't start with any locations. That's nice. Oh, did I mean to do that? I was supposed to do Great Hall. I thought I was picking for him. Alright, Recruiter is pretty good, but if he has, what is that card called? A dragon is no slave, he can just kill it. Probably still the play. I mean, this is just going to be a matter of how many burn cards he has. If he drew, like, 3 or 4 burn cards already in his 12 card hand, then the game's probably just over, because I don't have milk for this Daenerys. I really enjoy playing against Targaryen Burn. If you guys can't tell, it's one of my favorite deck types. I think my top 3 most hated decks are Free Folk, Sea of Blood, and Targaryen Burn, in that order. This is an example of why I need, like, the newly made lords in the deck, because otherwise I probably never win against this Astapor. And if I send Victarion into a challenge, he'll die to Dracarys and Astapor. Katho, that's typical. It's unfortunate to lose a bodyguard there. The wall could be good in this matchup, but it also might not be. Sort of depends. Probably discard this guy, to be honest. He's never that good. Okay, let's do this. Great, the king in the north. I'll just go first. It doesn't matter at all. I should have seen that coming and done confiscation. So I just set up the wall and pass. I think that wouldn't be too unreasonable. Yeah, I can't use any of these abilities. So what else am I going to do with my life? What else am I going to do with my life? This is another dead turn. I can't do anything. I just have to sit here and accept 3 challenges. Again, Victarion can never do anything as long as this Astapor is here to kill him. Actually, even without Astapor, Daenerys will kill him with Dracarys and then the ability. So that's pretty fun. What's he gonna do now? What do you guys think? Oh, that makes sense. Did that even kill any of my characters? It didn't. Oh well. Again, I can't do anything. I have to sit. So I'll just make him first. It doesn't matter. Wow, I drew none of my answers with that counting coppers. No milks, no newly made lords, no night flyer. That's just my luck though, isn't it? That's just my luck. Just my freaking luck, man. Oh, I did draw Newly Made Lord. Alright, let's play that. Go away. I thought I didn't draw it, but then I did. Don't listen to me. Jeez, I can't marshal any of these. They're all 1 strength. So I marshal Molestown with 1 gold, I guess. Could just pass and not marshal it, but no, I think we're going to have plenty of stuff to spend gold on. We might as well just do it. Alright, so that was decent, because we got rid of the Astapor, and we stole Missandei. And I don't think he has a Dragon as no slave. I think he would have used it, like, super fast if he had it. So maybe we can actually have our Aemon and Recruiter survive. Although the opponent is now repeatedly disconnecting. Hopefully that's not going to happen. Oh, he disconnected again. Well, maybe I won't have to play against Targaryen after all. The universe is bringing down karmic justice upon him for playing this deck. I guess since he's Wars to Come, he can't have Meereen or Flea Bottom. That's actually pretty nice. But again, he's disconnecting so much, I don't think I'm going to be able to actually play at this point. I'll wait another minute to see if he can get over it. This is depressingly common for people to do this. Like, what? I really don't understand what is going on here. I don't know if it's a problem with the Iron Throne's client, like it doesn't connect properly to certain regions or something, or if there's just, for some reason, a bunch of people are trying to play the game on a potato. I don't know. Do 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 do. Okay. That's disappointing. Let's try again. We actually weren't dead in that game. We just had to sit and not do anything for that additional turn, and then maybe we would have gotten to play. Damn. As much as I don't like Targaryen, this is probably like the 4th place dislike deck. But at least he can't play Dorne. Wars to Come means he can't play Dorne. So it could be worse. I really don't like Dorne. It's not a very fun card. The wall, what in, alright, Spear Maiden, okay. Let's see what happens here. So we already drew the wall. The wall can obviously be strong against Martell when they're trying to play games that go into 10 plus turns. But again, it's just inconsistent, unfortunately, to have a setup for this to start actually doing work. I wonder if he's going to play Naval Superiority. I got hit with that the other day on my At the Gates. Oh, double At the Gates. That's fine. Oh, of course, Gates of the Moon is in my hand, so I can't pull it with At the Gates. That's sad. He play At the Gates just to get a Rose Road. He doesn't care. He don't play Gates of the Moon. Maybe it's in his hand like mine is. Alright, so we got the Queen's Crown wall set up. That's pretty good. I'm a bit scared of this spear maiden killing my 3-finger hob. It's actually going to be pretty horrible if he pulls that off, but I guess if we put Kraken, it can't do that. Alright, Spear Maiden. Let's see what else he does. Oh, that's sad. Well, at least we have Messenger Raven. He can't kill both of them. Not yet, at least. That is like most of his gold for the turn. Only 3 gold. What's he gonna do? He did have Gates to the Moon in his hand, just like me. That's funny. Alright, I'm going to try to protect my hand with Yorin. Let's send in the Orkmont Reaver to pillage something. Oh ho ho! Alright, well, that is something. He's not going to be very happy if I get to steal that. Goodness. Alright, let's go trade routes and play this wall. Fingers crossed. Maybe he'll play March to the Wall or Fallen from Favor. That'll suck. Varys' riddle, seriously? He knew it. How did he know? He knew I was going to play trade routes. Well, that doesn't make me happy. Why didn't he do Varys' riddle on at the gates? That's unfortunate. Alright. Here it comes. Give him to me. Ha! Well, the pillage sure worked out there. I could even put a bodyguard on him. I probably should have. Maybe next turn I'll do it. Damn. That's sad he has a duplicate for Ricasso over there. Another Spear Maiden. Oh no. Good thing we have Doran Martell who can remove it from the challenge. Also, the Spear Maiden's ability doesn't matter a whole lot now that I have Maester Aemon. Because Doran is a Night's Watch, not a Martell character, so Aemon can save him. My hand's not super important. How are we going to do this? Let's just attack and then probably use Doran to like block power, probably. Let's intrigue another big character. He vengeanced me. That's just rude. Don't think Mole's Town was going to be that important. Well, I still got a card out of his hand, so... No, not my wall. Aw, man. He got me. Could actually be pretty significant if he has political disaster. Political disaster is definitely a kryptonite plot for this deck. Alright, now what are we going to do? Another trade routes, maybe? Can also go like coppers. Yeah, I think I like coppers. So we do coppers, bodyguard Duran, and then probably Valar Morghulis next turn. Assuming that he plays more characters. If he like holds back and doesn't play much, then maybe not. Are you serious? I really don't like this game. Every time, dude, they always have it. Whatever the kryptonite is, they just always have it. Well, we always keep this. Do we keep Queen's Crown? Yeah, I think so. That's disgusting, though. 4 economy locations. Screw that. Yeah, give me that Nymeria sand. Oh man, I don't think he's very happy about what's going on here. Yeah, here's the bodyguard. So we're gonna do Valar and like save Nymeria with Aemon. That's my plan. I guess that's a synergy that I didn't think about. The way I've got this deck set up, like it uses bodyguards fine on its own, but if you steal the opponent's lord or ladies, you can also use the bodyguards on them. It's kind of funny. I'm a little bit scared that there's going to be shenanigans here. So I'm just going to not allow him to use that Spear Maiden. Sure. Let's have Nymeria take this power icon. Like if he calls it thinking to cancel Maester Aemon, that'd be pretty bad. Sure, let's take this icon. No, he used the Shadow City bastard. Darn it. That's fine. Doesn't bother me. And we're kind of just stalling that turn. I wonder if he knows this is what I'm going to do. I feel like he probably does. Watch him play Return to the Fields. It would actually be pretty good on his board, even if I wasn't going to do Valar Morghulis. The Red Wedding, what? You play Duran Marth, you play a Lord. What are you doing? Do I make him first? Think so. Yeah, the Red Wedding. Oh man, what is going on? Why is he playing the Red Wedding? Alright, I think I'm going to bring Nightflyer out here. Because I want it to be on the board for political disaster? No, that doesn't, because it'll discard an enemy location. So it's even on political disaster. I gain a location and they lose one. Probably still worth it though, just to try to reduce his economy. Put him on only 5 gold. Next turn I go trade routes again and I can play some more Greyjoy characters instead of just having to rely on this wall. No, not Venomous Blade. Well, that's annoying. But he only has 2 gold for the rest of his turn. Alright, well I'm pretty happy with that. Stupid political disaster. Get that out of here. Let's play these guys. Yeah, I think he literally just can't do anything. Duran should be able to defend this. nice. I'll make these attacks to get a pillage and some unopposed power, and then I'll win dominance with my ravens. So this game, win or lose, is nice because it shows theoretically how pillage and the wall would work together, and also shows that you definitely have to get a bit lucky. If you do get lucky, you can do some kind of nutty stuff, but you do have to get a bit lucky. Let's discard Kraken, newly made. Yeah, I think these are all the correct discards. Ha! Summer Harvest. Got him. Nice Summer Harvest on plot 5, bro. That was a top tier play right there. Let's milk that guy. I don't like him. Alright, burning on the sand, burning on the sand, to the spears. Oh, he just gave up. Sure. Got him. Got him, I guess. Yeah, his hand was totally dead. Wow, he couldn't do anything with that hand. That's pretty amusing. Well, we friggin' got him, man. And it definitely feels nice to take out Martel with this. How do you like a taste of your own medicine, Martel? I reset you and then I flood everything out with trade routes. That's supposed to be your thing, isn't it? No, it's mine. Get out.